Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a video that I've been thinking of doing for a while, and that is using a full face of makeup that I have neglected lately. Some of my products have been just lying in my drawer for a year because I haven't been home, and the others I've tested on here and just never used again. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. For primer, I have this It's Glow Prime from W7. I have used this a couple of times, but I just really don't get on with the product. It's just a nothing product for me. I already use serums on my face and my usual skincare, so it adds a glow, but nothing I particularly like. So I haven't really used this product that much. It smells like artificial watermelon, and as you know, I bought that Essence one recently, and that one is so much better. So I'm just putting this all over the face, and then we'll jump in with eyes because we're gonna let this sink in slightly so it doesn't disrupt the foundation. Moving on to eyes, as I said, for eye primer, I have this Model's Own Eye Base Eyeshadow Primer. I used this a couple times actually I only used it a couple of times, not until anything, just because it is really shimmery and I just thought concealer was better, so I used my concealer instead. So I haven't used this since I think last year, maybe February. But anyway, we're gonna apply this to the lids. It feels like it's kind of drying out. Look at that. It's honestly just as glowy as my face is. But I'm just going to blend this out with my finger. My skin is honestly not doing the best. Look at this angry friend that wasn't invited who came today. So just ignore that. This is also kind of like a shop my stash video, I guess, because I am using a bunch of products that are not the worst, but definitely are not the best. And as you know, it is an affordable channel, so I'm trying to use all my most affordable things, but there are a couple, if not one, high-end product in here, maybe two. But yeah, so I'm just going to tap that out on the lids and give that a second to dry down. While we do that, I'm going to pull my brushes out. Then I'm just going to grab a really fluffy brush, and I'm actually just going to pop some of my bronzer through the crease just to slightly mattify what we already have down, as well as nullify some of that shimmer. Next, grabbing a dense brush, I have this MAC Single Shadow in the shade Smitten Green. It's not the best. Why do all MAC products do that? Like the bit comes out. But anyway, that is what it looks like. It is very shimmery, and this I'm just gonna pop on my outer corners because it is really, really dark. I look like a disco ball. So I'm just going to pat that on the outer corner. As you can see, it's very pretty and sparkly, but it is very, very dark. Much darker than it comes out in the pan, or that it looks in the pan, shall I say. I'm just going back in with my bronzer just to blend out the edges. Then for the rest of the lid, I have these two She Glam single shadows. One is in In My Feelings, and the other one is Let It Fall, and it is the Color Match Bouncy Cream single shadow. This one's cream, this one's powder. Only just realized that. But if you saw, I think it was the first or second video I ever put on my channel, and I got this in a She Glam haul. So I'm going to take this cream one, which is the deeper one in Let It Fall, and we're gonna grab that just on a flat fluffy brush just so it can grab the product. Should probably put this, no, I think I'm just going to use my finger. So taking my finger, I'm going to pick some of that up. Looks like that. Very pretty. I don't know if this look will work, but these are just shadows that I haven't used for a while, and I'm going to layer it next to the green, just at an angle like that. That's actually really pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a really nice shift. Not lasty. Then we're gonna take the next shadow, and this is, like I said, In My Feelings, and this is a pressed powder. So I'm gonna use the brush that I was gonna use for the other one, and I'm just going to pick some up on my brush and definitely spray it because we want the best from the shadow as well as no fallout. So that I'm gonna place on the blank bit of my eye. That looks really, really pretty. I can't believe I haven't used these shadows. I've just used so many other palettes that have been pretty good that I actually forgot about these. Just blending everything together. I really actually like that. I didn't think I would. Then for a little wing, I pulled out this Model's Own Eye Definer Gel Liner. I think I only used this for that video because it is kind of dry inside, but that's what it looks like. Don't think it's the best. Okay, just grabbing a liner brush. I'm going to try and see if I can dig some out, but if not, I'm just going to use some setting spray. Apparently you can use some eye drops in it, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, so I just try to get some on my brush and nothing's coming off. So I'm going to spritz it with, maybe we should just leave it out. I don't know. It's gone completely solid. No. I guess this needs to be thrown out. So thank goodness I did this video. So that's going in the bin. So I did pull out something else, and I have this W7 King Cole Blackest Black eye pencil, and I think we're going to attempt to do a wing with this. Okay, so I've just sharpened it. Let's try and see if we can get a wing with this. It is kind of hard and it's like a dragging. I think I didn't like this in my video. So it didn't do much, but it did like add, I guess, some definition on the outer corners. I just need to neaten it up. For mascara, I have the Amplify State Lash. I was using this quite a bit in the beginning, but then, I don't know, I just got other mascaras that were a bit better. So, and it started flaking on me, to be honest. But I really do like the brush on this. So let's apply some of this. And I think we'll leave the eyes at that for now and move on to the skin. I'm just gonna go clean up some fallout under my eyes and wipe my hands because they are full of glitter, and then we'll move on to foundation. For foundation, I pulled out this Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour foundation. I used this maybe once after my review, and then I didn't use it again just because I didn't really enjoy the finish and the feel of the product, and it broke up a lot of my skin. But like excluding this guy over here, my skin is doing a lot better. So let's see what this looks like today. I'm using like a softer foundation brush today just to give me a softer finish. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like now. As you can see, it is way too light for me. I'm looking ghostly, but this I guess is like my winter shade. So it is winter in South Africa, spring now, but I was in the UK for winter there and my skin was a lot lighter. The undertone is more pinky than I'm used to, but it actually doesn't look as terrible right now as it did before. And I guess that's because, like I said, my skin's doing a bit better and I have a glow primer underneath, so it doesn't look too terrible. Moving on, for concealer, we have the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer 16-hour wear. This was, I think, the second concealer I ever bought. After watching so many YouTube videos, I bought a shade that was 1 to 2 shades lighter than my skin, but I made a mistake and went way too light. So this is in the shade Biscuit 7, which is not my shade at all. As well as the formula is so matte and so dry. But anyway, I haven't used this for a while. I was using it as like an eyeshadow primer, but even for that, it doesn't work great. It just makes my eyelids look really dry. But we're going to put it on our face anyway. So with this, you have to do one eye at a time. So let me go ahead and do that. So just because that's so light, I'm going to go ahead and balance the rest of the face. So just put it down the middle of the face. I swear this concealer is the consistency of pain. Look at the state of my under eyes. It's literally aged me like 10 years. For liquid bronzer or cream bronzer, I have the She Glam Sun Sculpt liquid bronzer in the shade Warm Honey. I do like this one, but because I'm working through my Project Pan one, I don't use this one as often and definitely have neglected it. This one blends out amazingly and it smells like chocolate. Don't have a proper mirror in front of me, so I don't know what I'm doing around my face. Go ahead and blend that out. Next, we're gonna go ahead and use some finishing powder, and this is, or is it finishing powder, setting powder, whatever you call it. It's not the same thing, but whatever. W7 Sheer Loose powder in the shade Biscuit again. And I haven't used this powder in a very, very long time. I am going to use it today just to set my under eyes as well, even though I don't know if I should do this. Okay, I'm just going to use a brush so that we can go ahead and do it very lightly all over the face. So this is what it looks like. It is tinted. It also contains titanium dioxide for some unknown reason, even though it is tinted. And let's go ahead and set this face, even though my eye creases have already set in. That is terrible. I'm actually just going to dust it all over my face. Usually I'll go ahead and just pat, but I'm going to dust today because I don't want a thick layer of this powder. Actually, I was just slandering this powder so much, but my face doesn't actually look that bad. It looks really nice actually. It's got like a nice soft focus and it's not as terrible as I remember it being. I'm just going to go ahead and spritz my face just to like melt everything together. I don't have a setting spray that I've neglected because I use all my setting sprays. For bronzer, which I used on my crease as well, I have this Natural Collection bronzing powder and the shade is Golden Glow. It does have a shift to it. It's such a weird shade though, but I used it recently and it looks really nice on the skin, but it has like this weird, I don't know what it is, but it's got like holes in it, which doesn't look the best. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just use an angled brush, but a fluffy one. It has so much kick up as well, but starting to notice that a lot of like affordable brands actually do. And I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up the cheeks. Look how good that looks on the skin. Adds a nice gorgeous glow as well. So I just went ahead and added some of that bronzer under my eyes and then just a little mascara under my eyes as well, or on my lower lashes. For highlights, I have this Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter, and I don't really use this because I know Ofra has like a really like tumultuous past with like racism and stuff, so I didn't want to include it in any of my videos, but I've seen them come out with like a new collection and people are starting to use it again, so I thought, hey, may as well. I mean, it also doesn't fit in with our budget, so I thought I'd use this today since I've neglected it so much. And I'm just going to pop them. Look at that highlight though. It honestly is like one of my favorites. It's so smooth. It's even better than the Charlotte Tilbury one I have. Then moving swiftly along to blush, and this is also from my first Amazon haul. So I got this Blush Symphony Repair Capacity Jojo Makeup in the shade Blush 01. And it looks like that. And it is so shimmery. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and use this. And I'm just going to mix the brush amongst all of it. And we do have purple eyes, so the pink will suit it very nicely, but it is super, super glowy. I did really love this product when I did buy it, but then, I don't know, I just prefer matte blushes because it really doesn't accentuate as much of a texture. But I thought for today we could pull out this one. It's not showing up as much on camera, but I'll lower down the lights in a sec and then we can have a look. I just put on so much. So I'm just going to go ahead and spritz my face again, have that dry down. Then just grabbing my sponge, I'm going to go over my face just to push everything in and blend everything seamlessly. That highlight is actually so gorgeous. My nose is like glowing. Which brings us to the last two items, a lip pencil and a lipstick, of course, to finish off the look. So the lip pencil is the 17 Makeup Lip Definer Pencil in the shade 020 Brown, no, Rose Brown. I haven't really used this because I don't really wear pink lipsticks. I usually wear like browns and nudes mostly. So I thought I'd just throw this in. It's such a weird color in my opinion. And then for lipstick, I again have another She Glam product, and it is the matte lipstick in Ambiguous Beige 607. Looks like that. It's like a pinky nude. So let me turn some of these lights down and give you a look at what it looks like. Okay, so this is just a natural light. As you can see the pink blush over there and a lot more texture. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, that brings us to the end of the video today. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I just wanted to point out some outstanding products for me today, and it would definitely be the highlighter, which is the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. It's the mini version, as well as these two She Glam eyeshadows. I think they look amazing. And then the She Glam bronzer is gorgeous underneath all of that. Just brings out such a nice glow. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.